Well, Scream 7 is out, and Redeeming Horror is here to share our out-of-the-theater thoughts on the film, spoiler-free, by the way, while also looking at some Faith in the Fear angles of Scream 7. All in all, I believe that it was a solid addition to the Scream franchise. You know, I've heard a lot of negative reviews on Scream 7, but I would say that it's better than Scream 3. I would say that it's better than Scream 6. So I'd definitely put it as at least a top 5 film in the Scream franchise. It was a bit different from the other 6 films, and I think that's because I didn't sense a comedic punch that is in the other films. And this film felt much weightier than some of the other Scream movies, and I think that might be because Sidney has family now, and there's a little bit more at stake in the film. And at least for me, I felt those stakes more present as I watched the film. I definitely think that the first 2 acts were probably better than the third act. But all in all, I think it was a solid film. I definitely think it's one worth checking out. If you're a Scream fan, I think it's worth going to the theater to spend a little bit of money to check it out as well. As far as Faith in the Fear, you know, that's what we do here at Redeeming Horror. We discuss horror movies through a Christian lens. And by the way, I did cover all 6 of the Scream films. I did one big Scream franchise video, Faith in the Fear, through a Christian lens. I encourage you to go and check that out as we discuss that through the whole franchise. But I think there are a couple of angles here that we can discuss and that I'm still thinking about. One is the idea of, generational curses. I think part of the story here is, Sidney's trauma is passed down to her daughter, and it speaks to the reality of, our children reap, our life, and they reap what we go through and what we experience if we don't prepare them for that. And that's part of the storyline that I don't want to mess up too much for you, but it's certainly there. And also the idea of trust. Sidney has spent much of her life not being able to really trust anybody. And you sort of see that story come out in this film as well. So all in all, I think it's something worthy of discussion. I think it's something for you to check out. I think it's a good addition to the Scream franchise. And if it's something that you're interested in, I think you should go check it out.